Hola, hola. Yeah, so today I want to speak to you about the importance of fasting when it comes to cancer treatment and prevention. But before we go into that, I'd like to give you the benefits of fasting because right now I'm taking a 10-kilometer walk around my community when I'm in a fasted state because today is my second day of a 43-hour fast. Something new that I've introduced in my life. It is the first time that I've fasted this long, and indeed, I'm going to be fasting every week, once a week for 43 hours. Hopefully, I'll condition my body to a level where I'll be able to do 72 hours a week, meaning that I'll go 3 days without food and the other 4 days when I'm feeding. Why am I talking like this? There are benefits for fasting. Fasting is a gift that you can give yourself. It's a gift. It's not torture. Because when you see the benefits, you realize that they are billion-dollar benefits. You cannot buy them. You cannot. So the first benefit is called the human growth hormone. So for us as we're aging, right now I'm 45. In 3 weeks' time I'll be 46. And so we're aging. As you're aging, many people are spending a lot of money on anti-aging things. They want to remain young. They want to remain youthful. A lot of money is spent on the industry of anti-aging. But right now, I'm about 40 hours into fasting. My human growth hormone in my body is 500 times higher than the person who is not fasting. And human growth hormone, its main goal is to keep you young and youthful. It protects your muscles, enlarges them, increases the immune system, works on the skin, those proteins that, are in the skin to delay wrinkles and all that stuff. So a lot of money is spent on the anti-aging industry when you have that power inside you, with the human growth hormone. There is also another hormone in the brain called the brain-derived neurotrophic factor, called BDNF. And this one right now, as I'm deep into my fasting, it's too high. And what does it do? It boosts the brain. It's a brain booster. And once again, you can imagine how much money is spent by people as they're trying to boost their brains to increase their productivity in the corporate world or in Silicon Valley or wherever. A lot of money is spent on trying to increase the brain capacity. But with fasting, you can be able to increase your capacity 500-fold or whatever. Because right now the hormone, my brain is just washing in that hormone. And that hormone increases the neural pathways in your brain, makes you more of a genius, sharper, mental clarity, things like that. People pay a lot of money to go into therapy and all that so that they can boost their brain power. But with fasting and that brain-derived neurotrophic factor, things. So it is actually a present. Many people are afraid of fasting, but because they're afraid of hunger. And when I say many people, I'm adding myself, because the idea of going a day without food, just scary. The feeling of hunger, but yet hunger is just a feeling. And when you ignore it, it goes away, It's not a big deal. And it's a small price to pay for the benefits that you're getting. So after the 12th hour, 18th hour, there is what they call autophagy. Because of not fasting now, climbing this hill is not easy. There's what they call autophagy. Autophagy is when the body runs out of glucose for energy and decides, you know what, I have some rubbish in the body that I can burn and utilize to get energy fuel to keep this human being moving. So it goes for the viruses in your blood, goes for the bacteria in your blood, it goes for the tumors, cancerous tumors in your blood. It gets all this debris, all this rubbish that has been not being touched because there was enough glucose available. Why go for the rubbish? But right now it's not there, so they go for all that and they eat it. It's like, wow. So it cleans your body and makes you stronger through the process of autophagy. Autophagy means self-eating. It's amazing stuff. So what about cancer? So our cells, including cancer cells, need fuel to survive. Yeah, and the fuel that we use most of the time is glucose, right? So the cancer cells use glucose to be able to wreak damage on you. But unfortunately, you, through regular eating, breakfast, lunch, supper, you're providing the fuel to the cancer cells to kill you. Get what I mean? This is not good. The human body cells, the normal ones, are able to survive on 2 as opposed to 1. Cancer cells only survive on glucose, but human cells, the normal ones, survive on glucose and ketones, a mixture of glucose and ketones. Ketones come from the burning of fat. So when you're fasting, you burn fat. In fact, one of the benefits I should have told you about fasting is that it makes you lose weight. And when you lose weight, you just Google the benefits of weight loss. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Weight loss is a superpower. Yeah. So the body cells are able to run on ketones as well as glucose, the normal ones. But the cancer cells only run on glucose. This means that when you fast, you starve the cancer cells from glucose because you're not eating. Yes, you are not eating. So the cancer cells that are in your blood, they shrink and they starve to death. That's a power right there. Yeah, it's free. You don't have to go to India for this. You don't have to build bunkers for this. It's free. So you have autophagy and you also have cell starvation from the lack of glucose. But yet your normal cells, when you're not eating, they go to the fats and they turn those fats into ketones. And those ketones provide the energy. Right now on this walk, 10-kilometer walk around my community of Arkwright, I am not burning glucose because I have not eaten for 40 hours plus. And so right now I'm depending on fats to use energy, and that is coming from the fat. I'm producing ketones that are running my body. So if I have cancer cells in my body, right now the cancer cells are suffocating, dying, shrinking, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's power right there. The power of knowledge. The more you know, the better your life becomes. So this narrative about cancer treatment, it's an okay narrative, but it takes emphasis away from the prevention. In a country like Uganda, we do not have good hospitals. We do not have good Medicare. Even where it is, it's bloody expensive. You know, you get sick from all these things, and it costs a lot of money to treat them. And yet, if you're thinking preventive, if you get more knowledge, you're able to deal with a lot of this stuff. So remember, cancer cells thrive on glucose only, and you provide the glucose through regular eating. So when you add fasting into the toolkit of your life, you'll be able to kill the cancer cells that are developing in your body. And even if you already have tumors, you can shrink them simply by fasting. So do your research on how best you can fast. There are a gazillion ways in which you can fast. Intermittent fasting, juice fasting, water fasting, all different ways. Find out about them and start practicing it so that you do not have to end up in a radiotherapy bunker or on chemotherapy, feeding an industry that is waiting to suck money from you without even the guarantee that you're going to be fine. Please fast. Fasting is a superpower. Personally, I'm enjoying my fast. And the reason I'm enjoying my fast, and the reason I even enjoy the hunger that I feel Right now, it's not there, by the way. The reason I enjoy it is because I know it is a gift I'm giving to myself. Fasting is a way of self-love. And the only thing that prevents you from fasting, and I'm talking about myself, is fear. People are afraid of being hungry. The feeling of hunger scares them. Yeah. So if you rise above that, over that fear of hunger, you actually start to give yourself a lot of love. Personally, I was also afraid about the issue of losing a lot of weight. When you add fasting, lose more weight. But I'm above that fear. I don't give a damn. I am going to enjoy the benefits of fasting, and I hope you do too. Cheers. Love you.